Hello, hello. It is Monday, December 1st. Not often that we start a new month on a Monday on the 1st. I loved it. It feels so clean and so ready to go. And I don't really care for Sunday being month end like last night feels a little bit weird, but this morning felt really good. Excited to see you guys. I'm sure more are coming yet. So today we're going to go over there's a ton of stuff going on in December, and it almost makes your head spin. But the cool thing is, once you get a hang of the main basics of the incentives and what's happening, they're all kind of rolling from one to the other. So they work together really well. I'm letting Sheila take charge of this whole Canadian and American incentives list today. And then after this call, we're going to go and post it all with the graphics as well. So take it away, Sheila.
I think things are only confusing if I make them confusing. I'm very good. I'm very good at overthinking things and overcomplicating things when they're really actually very simple. And these incentives are very simple but very powerfully impactful. So for December, we have free active for new VIP customers. So when they order 100 PV or more and have the personal annual membership in their cart, they get 2 bags of free active. When I saw that, I was like, "What? That's insane." And they do not need to add it to their cart. They do not need to add it. It's just going to automatically, they're going to be sent 2 bags of active separately from their order. So don't tell them to put it in their cart and don't tell them to expect it in their order. It'll come separate. Okay. And next, we still have subscription rewards on for this month, which I went and made an order today and I saw it. So your subscription rewards, the first month, you have a subscription running in November. You got $10 US to put towards your next order. So for us Canadians, it was $13. And so I made a manual order today and I saw it. It's a little box, and all you have to do is check mark that little box. And then it'll take that amount off of your order, which is a sweet deal. Here's the thing though, if you or your team has a subscription over 100 PV for November and December, those $10 a month get bumped to $40. That gives you $40 off for anything in a manual order. This is not on subscriptions, manual order. And these credits expire after 2 months. So you want to tell people if you have a subscription, use them right away. I'm going to use mine after I get them in December, and then you have $40 off on anything, right? Like that's such a big discount, like huge discount. So that's kind of to tie us over until our new subscription incentive comes out. And I'm assuming that's going to be announced at Super Saturday, is my guess. Um, so this is just they were getting it ready. The whole IT, IT is always a little they were getting it ready for us, and so we just had to be a little bit patient. Cash for the Holidays is continuing this month, which is very exciting. Enroll 3 brand ambassadors, and with an order of 100 PV or more, and you earn $150 US cash. So that goes you can up to enrolling 9 new VIP customers and a maximum of 450 US, which is amazing. So cool. That's a lot of money. We Canadians know that's a lot of money. I think that would probably be closer to $600 probably for us. That's Christmas shopping. Grocery budgets are way higher in December, all those kinds of things, right? Like we're buying more things to go baking and more things that are for fun. Now, Canada has a separate fun incentive. It's the Plexus Canada Enroll 3. When you enroll 3 new VIP customers with 150 PV order, I should open it up. It's so pretty. You get such a pretty gift. Here we go. you get this beautiful Plexus Canada toque with a huge pom-pom and a little Canadian gold Canadian flag. It's so cute. So enroll 3 new VIPs with an order of 150 PV or more, and you will get that. Next, it is the last month for Rising Leaders Retreat. And so for this month, from the 1st to the 15th, double enrollment credits for your level ones. So for every new level one retail or VIP customer with an order of 100 PV or more, you get double credits. So if they order 100 PVs, that would be 50 credits because regularly it's 25. They order 150 PV, that's 100 credits. That's 100 credits. So just imagine if you're sitting there thinking, why I'm not where I'm not even close, like I'm not this, you still have a whole month. So much can change in a month. And I promise you, you will end up closer than you thought you would have. I've done that many times, many times. So learn from me. Yes, last month for Rising Leaders Retreat, next day pay is still going until the end of this month. So when you sign somebody up, you will get paid the bonus from their order the next day. The next day. Um, If you assign somebody up on Friday, you will get that on Monday. Last month for Icon Club as well, where you have enroll a minimum of 10 new level one VIP customers and develop 2 first-time level one senior silver brand ambassadors. And that earns you Icon Club, which there's so many perks that come with Icon Club. I can't even, there's a lot. There is a lot. Um, from free shipping to a special party to, I don't know, there's so many things, but it's for most of all, it's just the saying that I did that. I did that and being part of that exclusive club.
I'm
Exclusive
gonna do
club.
that. I
I'm
hope I can
still
do that.
I'm still working towards that. But I've got my pedal to the metal. Barb 2. Yep, we've got this. And so that is December. Believe it or not, the 12th chapter of 2025 is here. And it just blows my mind that this month went by so fast, or this year went by so fast.
Is that it?
That's all of them. Yep.
Except for this.
Oh, I didn't even talk about that. It's on my list. I wrote it down.
That's what I ran to get quickly because I was like, I think Sheila's forgetting. I'm gonna go get it.
I did write it down. I'm so glad you mentioned it.
So it comes in a box. It's so simple. I'm gonna be like, I was looking at this and I was thinking, this is going to be topping all the other because I've had a really hard time picking my favorites between the eye bright or the night cream. I love the night cream in the morning. It's so terribly dry recently. Our water is such awful, hard, bleachy water. You get out of the shower and your skin just feels so tight and awful. Can you get a tutorial? I'm not going to put it on now. And I felt quite silly posting a picture of it, but you know what? It feels so good. It's quite wet, like it's quite juicy. There's a lot on it. I've done I'm not a big face mask person, honestly. If I'm going to be totally transparent, I've never been a big skin person at all either. Like I literally did not take care of my skin until I was like probably mid 40s. And it shows. This and even like the Joyome, that's always been my favorite because it's easy. Because it's
Mhm.
easy, right? I want easy. I don't wear daily makeup. I want something that is like that and it feels good. And so I was like, oh, really? Face mask? Oh man.
Oh,
Whatever.
I was excited.
Because I was like, that's one more step I probably won't take time for. You know what? I got out of the shower and my face was so terribly dry. I felt like I was like that. And I laid down in bed and I got this out of the bag. And all of a sudden, John was looking at me. He's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm putting on my face. And so I laid it across my face. And then I just scrolled on my phone for like 15, 20 minutes. And it was starting to dry a little bit. And just the places of where it wasn't dry yet, I just rubbed it in. And then I let it be there basically until it was dry. And I took it off and it felt so good. I was like, this is going to be something I'm going to want to do more than just once a week. Like they're saying that you can do it more. But I mean, like 5 in a box gives you, you know, 1 per week or a little bit more, right? But simple, very refreshing, and very effective. And you don't need to wash it off. It just soaks right into your skin. I got up in the morning and I was like, I don't even want to wash my face. It still felt so good. So I think the timing is absolutely perfect. I think this is an excellent Christmas gift. Stick it into someone's stocking. Go order a whole bunch before tonight, before they're like not 10% off anymore. And, you know, anybody is going to love them. They're also another thing that I was thinking of is, oh gosh, how many PVs are they?
75.
75 PVs for
Well,
the
for the
4
four
boxes?
pack.
Okay.
So right now it's in one box you get 5 masks.
Yeah,
So right now if you buy 4 boxes, you
25.
get one of them free. And that 4 boxes is 75 PV. And so, and then if you're going on to, and that's for today only. Today only is it buy 3, get 1 free. And when you go into your website to order, you just pick the 4 box
Mm,
combo. It is already discounted.
yeah.
It's automatically in there already.
They did go add a sale sticker, right? Stephanie talked about it this afternoon.
Okay. When I ordered, there was none.
Yeah, we had them add a sale sticker. Just one box is 25 PVs. And you know what, guys? This is the perfect thing to bump people over 100 PV. It's such a simple add-on, right? And everybody's gonna love it. So there
And
is that.
that's another thing to think about. So I did this lots last month. When, let's say you're working towards credits for Leaders Retreat and somebody's just under 150 PV, or you're working towards getting that toque and you want them to be 150 PV as well. These make great little gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Like these make really great little gifts. And so I'll tell people, I'd love to send you something. Can I log into your account and I'll send it to you from your account? And when you do that, this is what I always do is I'll put it in their cart and then I'll use my PayPal to pay for it. I can just click on PayPal and process it, and so my card never has to touch their account. And there's no connection at all. It makes it very simple, but those PVs show up on their account, and it very often I'll be strategic and it'll bump them up over 150 PV. So they feel cared for because I've sent them a gift, and um, I benefit either from um, credits or whatever it is that I'm working towards. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't have money for that, it doesn't have to be something big. Doesn't have to be big, like a box of face masks. Even when I was building my business and the money wasn't as much of an option, I'll always go back to what my dad always says. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. I look at it like this. Last month I had a level 1 who signed without telling me. I
Mm-hmm.
had sent her a cart months ago and I had sent 7 follow-ups, no responses. And all of a sudden in the morning, I wake up to a message saying, "Thank you so much. I'm excited to try this." But she had only done the ProBio and Bio Cleanse because she was scared of losing weight. And I was like, "Oh no, you need the pink drink so bad." And I told Kevin, I decided I'm just going to send her a whole bag. I'm just going to send her a whole bag of pink drink because in my mind right now, I'm thinking, she's going to love it. She's going to love it. And that builds my retention months down the road because I'm building belief. For one, she feels cared for. Two, I'm thinking down the road where she's like, "Do you know, I tried this. I'm really liking it. I'm not losing weight. I'm gaining weight like I want to," all those kinds of things, right? And so it's sometimes you have to have a future mindset on the decisions that you're making now. That's how business owners think. And you are a business owner.
I love that. I love that because you're always working your business to the fullest potential of what you can grow and build, and also of what the customer is going to benefit the most of, right? Plus, that is enough for her to see results, right? We used to have the 7-day packs of Slim. I always call them taste testers because 7 days on Slim, yeah, people are going to see results. Most are probably not because their issues are longer and deeper than that, right? That's so good. Very strategic. And by the way, Sheila signed 5 people last month, all over 150. Yeah, yeah, crazy. And she worked right till the end to get that 6th one. Sometimes they don't come and that's okay. But that was really, really good work. Good work.
They're all primed for this month.
Yeah.
Get them free active.
Yes, absolutely. And that was the conversation that we were having was what would you rather have? Would you rather have a free reset or would you have free active? There's so many pros to both. I think both are very easy sellers because free active, you can get them feeling that boost immediately. It tastes amazing. They're like, oh, I want that, right? It's an add-on that they're going to be adding to their cart for future use as well. Okay, so Diamonds in December started today. And if you didn't see the graphic or the post in the team page, we are getting together every morning, 9 a.m., with a whole bunch of different leaders, and we're watching them together and doing a quick discussion. And that way you have it watched for the day. You're going to keep up that way. You're going to be fresh in your mind of what they're sharing. Today's topic, oh my goodness, who all saw it? Show of hands. Ooh, it was good. Hey, it was just like, it was exactly what I needed to pull myself into December. It was places of where I had been struggling, things I had been saying. I took a whole page of notes and just sets you up so well for the month. December has so many things going on, and it can be such an easy distraction to hit the ditch and leave your business for the month. And it makes January even harder because January is that new big start and people want to be running out of the gate. But if we're not going to set up December well, January is going to be blah. I first have to do the work, right? And so our goal is to really set up December well, make sure that we're primed, we're doing all the things that we can do, and then be running into January 2026. That's so crazy. It was barely 2016. Anybody want to share a little bit on Christina's video this morning of something that stood out to you about her topic of discipline? To me, there was a whole bunch. There was a whole bunch, but if you want to quickly unmute and share one or two that stood out to you, I would love to hear yours.
My favorite was when she said, forgive your imperfections. I mean, how freeing isn't that? And pick one thing for December, one thing that will move your business forward and stick with it for December.
One non-negotiable thing that's going to move the needle forward in your business. I have a hard time with this. I'll be very honest. I have a hard time with this because I feel like there's so many non-negotiables. But then if you look at everything else, what does it boil down to? Right?
Yeah, for me, it was that one thing too, because I have the same problem. I feel like everything is important, and I then my expectations for myself are like to the moon and back. I should be able to do it all plus more and never lose my marbles. That's what I expect from myself. And that's so unattainable. Like, seriously. Yeah, the week after my cycle, sure, I get a whole lot done more than usually, but that tapers out real fast, unfortunately. And I had this conversation with Kevin yesterday too. He sat down and he gave me some numbers advice on where I want to go and what I need to focus on. And I was like, oh, that helps me so much because I look at it like this, all of these things, so much. And then I get overwhelmed and I'm like, but I don't know where I should start. I don't know where I should focus. And if he's like, well, if you focus right here and you do these things and these things, then it'll get you here. And I'm like, you just took me from here to here. And then I can focus on that one thing. that one thing. And so it's important to sometimes slow down before you speed up, to slow down and be like, okay, where am I? Where do I want to grow this month? Where do I need to focus in order to really move forward? What's going to bring me the furthest forward? And I love that we had talked about that last night, and that's exactly what Christina talked about today. I was like, oh, that's a God wink. That's a God wink. Oh my, mom, you would be stretching him. It would be very good for him, but you would be stretching him.
He can be stretched.
I know he gives me all this advice. Well, if you just signed up this and this and this person, I was like, okay, then do it. If you
Yes,
say it's
but you know
that
what?
easy, then you go do it.
What I love about men brain though, because men think different than what we do. And what I like about men brain is they see the facts simple and clear. We sometimes have to remove ourselves from all the overwhelm and just see the facts, right? Because it gets you moving.
Oh, 100%. It brings me so much more clarity because if I don't have clarity, then I freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And so I already know that I need clarity in order to move. And so that brings clarity.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
call him one day.
You should. Yeah, I think so.
One thing that really stood out to me on Christina's video that I want to talk about a little bit. High performers are not more motivated. Like there's often the non-belief or like we look at people that are high performers and we think that they're so motivated. They're actually not. Discipline like that is just developed, right? But what she said is how all the things that we expect of ourselves, creating this perfection, idealism, which doesn't create progress, and then we fall into shame. And shame is subconsciously something that is going to literally freeze you. And shame can come from so many dang little things that you actually have to go back and look and see what you're doing, because you're probably not even going to recognize that as shame. We think of shame as like, oh, if we feel horrible for doing something or doing something silly or stupid or awful or whatever. No, it's actually not. We shame ourselves because we haven't done something small. We shame ourselves because someone didn't turn out to be the fabulous business builder, customer, whatever we thought they would be. We shame ourselves with, oh, I shouldn't have answered it that way. Now she's not joining. Oh, we shame, we shame, we shame. So many times we use past shame to bring into future conversations. And it totally taints the vibe of our conversations. And I was thinking about that today, and I thought about, I had a conversation like this, and she came back and she said, no, can't do it. Too much money before Christmas. We had a good conversation about that. And she saw the value. And I was like, oh, dang, maybe I pushed her too much. Maybe I said too much. Marge, come on, tone it down. No, you know what? I'm not going to shame myself about that. Not at all. She just wasn't ready. And that's okay. That's totally okay. Right? Why should I be wallowing in this immediate spiral and allow myself to think these thoughts that it was me when in essence the facts are just there? She just wasn't ready. The truth and the content is still all truth that I told her. And so I really liked that part that she was sharing today. Brené Brown's definition of shame. That was a really, really groundbreaking book. So if you want freedom, build it. It's built in the tiny moments, alignment over impulse. Those were some of the things that I took from her video this morning. I'm going to share a couple things. I wrote down a couple things on working your business with joy and discipline this December, because it's so easy to get caught up in the whole, right? Everything is just rolling one thing to another. I filled out my calendar last night in bed just from the things that's already on my phone of what December is holding. And I thought to myself, wow, it would be very easy to say, it's a very busy month. No, it's a full month. And we like it that way. We like it that way because that means it's good, right? So number one, choose joy as your atmosphere. When you walk into a room, when you walk into someone's house, the first thing that you're ever going to sense is the atmosphere. And I think sometimes we don't notice. And the next time we leave and we're like, ooh, that was heavy in there, maybe we recognized it, right? Or maybe we leave and we're like, oh man, I feel so refreshed. I feel so good because the atmosphere was there to support that, right? And so we get to create our own atmosphere. And if you're choosing joy as your atmosphere, joy is not just a feeling, it is a choice, and it sets the tone for how you show up. And sometimes we have to tell ourselves, maybe even verbally or out loud, we're going to choose joy today because it's a good day. And we're having a good day, because sometimes circumstances don't dictate that, right? And so when you work with joy, people feel it. When you show up stressed or rushed, people feel that too. So a lot of what we do comes from the atmosphere that we're creating. So make joy your atmosphere, not just a moment. And then number 2 that I grabbed was discipline is consistency wrapped up in purpose. You have a greater purpose here of what you're working towards. And it's not just a rank or a goal. There's a reason of why you're here, and it's the impact that you're making. This is your purpose. This is your purpose of why you're here. Busy will always be. December is extra busy. There's so many things, but discipline is not about doing more. That's another thing that Christina said today. It is about protecting the few things that move your needle. Protect those things. Discipline yourself in those few things that move your needle. Number 3, keep your business simple. I don't think I can say this enough. It's such a big deal to keep it simple, because as soon as you don't have clarity, or it's feeling mumble jumble, I don't know what's going on, what's even all out there, what are the incentives this month, what am I even supposed to say to this lady? Go get clarity. Clarity is going to simplify everything. It'll make it easy to bring into a conversation, and then it won't be as jumbled anymore. And if you're keeping it simple, 3 things to keep yourself moving is meeting new people, follow up with past conversations, and serving your current customers with love. And this one I see every year I see this one, this is the season that makes people more open. People are actually more open in and during this holiday season than what they are often during the year. We think, oh, people are not going to buy because, they're spending money on Christmas. Guess what? We have 2 solutions that we need to stand very strong and bold on. And that is, people that are not well are not excited for the holidays. To them, it looks like a whole bunch of work. They just want to feel well. Number 2, just like Sheila said before, imagine if they helped 6 friends and they got $600 cash to help out with this expensive season. Both are extreme needs, and we hold the power to bring that solution to them. So it's a month where people are more reflective. They think about their health more. They think about their goals for the new year, and they think about making changes. And when we're standing in the doorway of offering them something and showing up with warmth and kindness, this season softens hearts. It really, really does. It makes people more wanting to connect and be in the holiday spirit, right? So several questions that I was working on for myself is, what energy am I choosing to bring into December? This is my choice. I want to choose joy. I want to choose to create my atmosphere. And another one is what we already talked about. What are the 3 needle moving actions that I will commit to daily? I did not narrow it down to one. I just could not find just one. I was like, I gotta have 3. Joy and heart questions are always good to evaluate yourself before you start sharing for the day, before you start showing up for the day. I want to shout out Lena a little bit today, because seriously, Lena has been showing up with joy, truth, and honesty, and just posting right where she is, because it's coming from the heart. And honestly, girl, I want to commend you for that, because it's so attractive. People just stop the scroll and listen to what you're saying. And it's because when we overthink, when we want to show up perfectly, or we analyze all the words that we're trying to express ourselves by, it's not as clear, right? I don't even remember what you shared on today. I think it was, but I stopped and I listened. It was so good. Yes, the world is desperate for authenticity. Absolutely. Okay, joy and
Lena
heart.
should tell us a little bit about that.
Oh,
I think she has, maybe. It looked like you had something you wanted to share. Maybe I'm wrong,
do that.
but I know this has been I know, Lena, this has been a whole journey for you, just like it has been for me, because the whole process of letting go of what people think, especially the Mennonite culture is really bad for that. Like, let's just be honest. Like, you're judged based on everything about appearance, right? And so to come to that very freeing place of where you're just willing to share and it just doesn't matter anymore, it's a bit of a process.
Well, I hardly know what to say because I feel like I've put on the spot here. But yeah, it has been freeing to share my whole weight loss journey. Actually, initially I had this goal, and then I wanted to just get offline for a year and then come back super fit, you know? And then I was like, maybe that's not a good idea. So I'm glad that I didn't do that because I've had a lot of conversations with people and it is a big thing. Like everybody's feeling that way. Like, oh, I've been trying all these things and I can never lose weight. And like, what are you doing? I've had a lot of really good conversations with people so far. Not a lot have joined because this has been a really slow year for me, business wise. But yeah, the lady that joined today, she messaged me, or she had those questions like on one of my reels, one of my transformation ones. And so then, yeah, she joined because of that. So last month she said she didn't know yet if she wanted to, but then today she messaged me saying like, hey, I probably missed out on the deal, but can you help me with this? And so I was like, actually the deal got extended. So she did get her free active and everything. So I'm really happy for her. And yeah, I'm putting myself out there like that. Like I never thought I would do that because yeah, like especially among the Mennonites, you go to a gathering, oh, you're so fat now. Or you've really put on weight. We've all heard that. Hasaya, you must, it's so embarrassing. And it's terrible, but
so rude.
all heard it. And so yeah, it's not something that I ever thought I would talk about. Yeah, but it has actually been really healing.
Mhm.
One.
Oh, that's so amazing.
I did not mean to put you on the spot, but I know we've talked about this a lot. And I just want to say one thing about what you said, that it's been a slow year of growth for you. And I know we talked about this in our chat too, and Tierra as well, where I would completely rephrase that because may have been like a slower year for you when it comes to signups and numbers. But when I look at the growth, it's been an explosive year for both of you. Like the mental growth and the leaps and bounds that you've taken in that is growth that's building a very, very strong foundation for the team that is waiting for you.
I'm going to add Holly in that too, because that's what the butterfly transformation that she's going through too. And you're right. It's not fun. It's not fun. But and Lena, that's why I brought it up because I feel like when we understand the value of that, of seeing someone come through that hard piece, you know what it's going to do for their future and other people that you're now changing the future for as well. Such a big deal. Where was I? I'm going to quickly close with a couple of more points because end of year reflection questions. Some of these I already brought up because I thought, you know what, it's December. I'm not going to wait until the end. How do I want to feel going into the new year? What do I want to say I am proud of when this month ends? These are things that I want to explore now, first week of December, and what area of my life needs more presence from me. And it's so good to take these and just, write them down because these are points that are going to move your needle forward. Quickly going to pop them in there. I don't think I have the numbers in there, but so December is not a month to survive. It is a month to shine. And I think so often we get wrapped up in the season where, you know, everybody's going to be so busy, and then we don't really put the honest effort forth because we've already told ourselves of what it's not. And so if you lead with a generous heart, I'm seeing so much of this. Last night, there was some massive rank ups in several of the jewel teams. There was Marianne Anderson's mom, who is 70 plus something. I'm not sure how far into the 70s she is. She went sapphire, and she developed 2 emeralds, a mother-daughter emerald team. They both went emerald. And that mother was probably, oh gosh, at least 10 years older than me. So she must have been like mid 60s, early 60s, probably something like that. And I was just so thrilled to see this development, because it just proves over and over again how different Plexus is. And even Eric Worre says this, that in Plexus is the biggest age demographic span than what he sees in most other companies. And it's because our products are one size fits all. And our business model and our compensation plan is too. It's relationships and serving others, right? And the generosity that I saw, I got added to a chat where they were cheering each other on. And the generosity that I saw from other people, it's just so beautiful to be a part of. When momentum like that starts rolling and you see people showing up that have nothing invested in sideline teams, and they're there giving and doing and bringing joy and cheer. And I thought to myself, leading with a generous heart is so attractive in this business. It's such a big deal. And then the other one, this is maybe not for everybody, but it can be the stable one. Be the one that, you know, isn't the one that says, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. Maybe there's a lot going on, but we can only control so and so much at once. Some things just got to be water off a duck's back, right? And I always say there is no emergencies in Plexus. We want to show up well and show up as serving. And that makes us the stable one. That makes us attractive, especially if we're showing up with a joyful attitude, right? Stability also builds trust. A big piece of stability is trust, right? You do not have to hustle. That's a really, really big point. You have to be intentional. Sometimes very intentional. Sometimes if I tell myself I am doing 10 new reach outs today, I'm going to be having a little one-on-one meeting with myself probably about 10 times a day, because I'm going to be like, okay, let's get this done. Where's the next person? And then I'll be like caught off guard doing something else. Okay, stop it. Where's the next person? I'm talking to 10 new people today. You have to be very intentional. Where's the fire? When they, yes. And then you have to parent yourself on that. We often get to parent ourselves, very much so. One connection at a time, right? It's so easy to scramble from one thing to the next, but be focused and intentional to do one connection at a time. And then I ended with this, and I think we're going to end on this as well. Share some takeaways if you have. Your joy is your magnet. Literally, that's what makes you magnetic, your joy. But work on the details that you need to be joyful. Don't be fake joyful. We want the joy to be coming from you because you're genuine and you're authentic. And if you have hard things to work through, talk to someone. Work your way through that and make sure that you do have someone safe to talk to. If you feel lit up, others feel safe to join you. That's a really, really big point in Plexus. And let joy be your strategy, because if you're showing up with joy and you're not allowing things to pull you down and, you know, negative self-talk to get into your brain and old lies and beliefs to be on repeat in your brain, joy is going to eliminate those things. It'll create an atmosphere of where people want to be, and it'll also be a magnet to other people that want to be with you. January is typically the biggest enrollment of the year. Doesn't have to be, it could be December. Just a quick little story, because so often we see diamonds or other people that are higher up in the company to do big things. And sometimes we don't know the behind the scenes story. If you guys don't follow Brianne Coolidge, she is a sweet friend of mine. She's been in Plexus, I think, not quite as long as me, but fairly long, and she had some major health issues when she started, and she got a whole bunch better, but then fell back quite a bit and got quite sick, had thyroid surgery earlier this year, was just completely down and out. I think she was like, I don't know, 97 pounds or something. When I squeezed her at convention, she was like bones. And she was so tiny, so tiny. And she said, oh, I feel better already. So she was going through some really hard things. Her stories are amazing. Like, they literally brought their daughter back from the brink of death for her allergies when she came to Plexus, because she was literally dying from her allergies. They run a huge dairy farm. Her husband's a massive farmer. They have so much in common with so many families that we know, right? And so I've always just connected with her. And she's very good friends with Alita Langford. And all of a sudden in October, she said she had a staff meeting with herself. And she had said, this is enough. I'm not doing this anymore. Last month, she sponsored 13 people. She herself, 13 people. And then Alita shouted her out and said, she's back. And Brianne said, no, I've always been here. I just wasn't showing up intentionally. And I thought, ooh, Marge, let that be a lesson. Showing up intentionally, doing those connections, doing those reach outs, and having those genuine conversations, and do it with joy. Do it with joy. Anybody have something to add today? Thank you so much for sharing that, Lena. Thank you for being here. Have a great week. Talk to you later.